let's jump right into it. Top talkers. It seems that the Trump campaign is just unsinkable, folks, with the Republican presidential hopeful commanding a clear lead in his field. Check this out, guys. A new poll released by CNN and the ORC. Donald Trump sits atop the GOP hopefuls list with a whopping 24% support of registered Republican voters. His nearest competitor, Jeb Bush, has 11%, or 13 rather, I should say. And retired surgeon Ben Carson is getting 9% to round out the top three. Now, speculation on whether Trump's momentum would falter in the aftermath of his controversial comments about Fox anchor Megyn Kelly, as well as his lack of support for another Republican nominee, didn't seem to come to fruition. In fact, he seems to have won the trust of Republican voters on several top issues. According to the poll, 45% say they trust Trump more than any other candidate when it comes to the economy. 44% support his stance on illegal immigration, and 32% trust him to handle ISIS. No other candidate comes close on any other issue. However, when it comes down to the general election, you know, the one that really counts, the big one, in 2016, 58% say that the party would have a better chance to win in 2016 with someone else as the GOP candidate. So the numbers to me are really perplexing. They're very odd because they're saying, we trust him with this, we trust him with that. He's better with this, he's better with that. But you put him against the Democrat? No. What's the point of having a primary then? You're looking for the top person for the spot. So not the person that speaks his mind.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that speak their mind. I don't think they should run for president, nor would they make a good candidate. So the numbers to me are just very, very perplexing. The fact that 58% say we would do better to have somebody else be our nominee.
So many people trust him.
But they're saying, and the numbers specifically, because remember, guys, what really started the firestorm in his announcement speech was his comments about, you know, Mexico and the Mexican government and in his stance on illegal immigration. 44% saying that they back his stance on illegal immigration. So you know, and when you listen to him talk about ISIS and, you know, his plan on how to deal with ISIS, I was listening this weekend to a commentator saying it's the equivalent of a fifth grader getting up and saying this is how they would deal with ISIS. So the numbers are very perplexing. I am at a loss, but clearly he still has a lot of forward momentum. I don't know what's going to sink the unsinkable Donald Trump.
All right, well, switching gears, the parent company of home shopping network QVC is looking to reach younger shoppers with a new purchase. Liberty Interactive says it's buying flash sales site Zulily for $2.4 billion. Liberty Interactive CEO Greg Maffei says, quote, "We have an incredible opportunity to delight shoppers from the TV to the internet," end quote. Seattle-based Zulily is known for its popular flash sales of toys, clothing, and home decor items, but the site got tripped up over the past year as it took longer to deliver merchandise to its customers' homes. Zulily has a network of 10,000 vendor partners and offers thousands of products, and it is hoping to pump up sales growth with the merger. About 56% of its orders are placed over mobile devices.
Wow.
The deal is expected to close in the fourth quarter, and Zulily's co-founder and CEO will continue to lead the company. So yeah, it's kind of reaching a younger demographic because, you know, I actually know a few of my friends, their moms shop on QVC all the time. And Zulily, I see Zulily all the time for myself. So I don't know, I think it's a nice...
That merger, I think, is smart. Yeah, bridging that gap because QVC does. It belongs to a different generation.
Yeah.
So the best way to keep it vital, you know, is trends change.
And I think that both sides can learn from each other.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah. Great. Well, a great man, actually. Speaking of great things, a great man, a remarkable man. His life was cut short over the weekend, guys. Listen to this story. A Maryland man known as the Baltimore Batman was killed on Sunday. Lenny B. Robinson brought smiles to the faces of sick children at local hospitals in Baltimore for a number of years. After selling his cleaning business and investing the money in a Lamborghini crafted to look like the Batmobile, as well as a pretty convincing batsuit, Robinson went viral some years ago when he was actually pulled over. We're going to show you here in just a few moments. He was pulled over by Montgomery County police officers. The reason being, he forgot to take off, here you're seeing the video, he forgot to take off his Batman tags. He was en route to a children's hospital event. Now, he was not cited at this. In fact, he became an internet sensation, the cops taking pictures of the Caped Crusader. Now, the crash that took the life of Robinson is still under investigation. However, he leaves behind a legacy of smiles and hope. And that is something that I think we can all learn a lesson from.
Yeah,
you know, a man that
absolutely.
really, he literally devoted everything that he had to bringing hope and bringing happiness to sick children. And
It's a very sad story, but it's a very inspiring.
it's a very inspiring story. I mean, he had a very inspiring story. It is very tragic that it was cut short. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, it's something that everyone looks at and, you know, it can uplift them a little bit. So I don't think that, you know, his passing was in vain. It was definitely too soon, but it was definitely not in vain.
That's right. All right. Well, Tracy Morgan is coming home to Saturday Night Live as a guest host in October. His appearances promise to be a coming out party for the former SNL cast member and star of 30 Rock. Morgan suffered a traumatic brain injury in addition to broken ribs, a broken nose, and a broken leg after a June 2014 crash on the New Jersey Turnpike. He was in a coma for 2 weeks, and when he woke up, loved ones informed him that his friend and fellow comedian James McNair was killed when their limousine was hit by a Walmart truck driven by an overworked driver. But he said he's coming back home. He tweeted out, "I'm coming home," #SNL. So that's, I mean, it's nice, you know, he's coming back into things. And, you know, have you watched some of his interviews?
I've not,
They've
no,
been,
since the crash.
sad. Yeah, it's really, really sad. But it's nice to see that he's, you know, he's coming back, trying to get back into his regular routine, his regular life, but a little bit different. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be different. I mean, it definitely it's going to shape who he is. But you know, he's a brilliant comedian, and with all great comedians, a lot of times they turn those tragedies into, you know, into something good. You know, that he looks at it and he can see the positive side. I mean, if anyone can see the positive side of what he's gone through, it's probably Tracy Morgan.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I'm excited to see his return to SNL.